And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your friend Cheap Ludes. How you doing? Wonderful afternoon, pre-Super Bowl day. Feeling real nervous. Not really stoked for that tomorrow. Gonna be stressful, man. I don't do well under stressful situations, especially when I'm an Eagles fan and every situation happens to be stressful. So, let's talk about the market in NBA 2K23 My Team. The market is a bit interesting at this current moment. It's weird. The market over I would say the past 2 weeks has been very, very strange just due to the fact that, the ban waves have come on extremely strong, which I'll talk about a little bit, at the end of the video. So, alternate reality packs came out. They stated that there's an 8% chance to pull an opal. But shout out to Ty Debo, who did a little bit of an expose video on the actual pack odds by pulling together all the pack openings and all the odds that were given to him from different people. It doesn't really look like these are 8% odds in any way, shape, or form. It looks like they're quite a bit lower. And the discrepancy between unauctionable and auctionable is even worse than you would imagine. I can't imagine most people looked at the 8% and didn't think it's going to be like 7% unauctionable, 1% or below for an auctionable card. I think we all kind of knew that going in. But I do have to say that if you're going to do the unauctionable cards, it does need to be disclosed the exact actual margins between the two. Because as of right now, it isn't disclosed and it's looking super duper sketch. And to be honest, I don't actually think that the odds are 8% anyway. I don't understand how they could be, considering there's a 40% chance of getting a diamond, and I straight didn't get any, and I just got nothing but amethyst the entire time, which seems statistically impossible, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. Let's take a look at the effect they're having on the market regardless, though. I mean, the amethyst, it's like whatever, you can get them for 1400 MT. It's hard to do pros and cons on these cards because they're so aggressively cheap. I would say definitely pick up Penny Hardaway because he's going to be helpful for limited, and he's just a really good budget point guard. He's not that far off it from the Pink Diamond Penny that we got in Season 2. Honestly, most of these cards are rehashed anyway. Steve Nash actually is beneficial if you have to do if you're on a budget and you're just starting out and you just want a card that's going to be able to help you do moments of the week or challenges where you have to score points with terrible players. Steve Nash for 1400 MT is good. He's got Hoff Dimer, Hoff Floor. Generally, he's fast enough. He can run the offense. For that purpose, I would say he's worth spending 1400 MT. You know what I mean? Donovan Mitchell is a slasher for sure. He's going to dunk on everybody. He's really good for attacking the CPU as well. So there's that. Anthony Davis, very helpful for limited and things of that nature. He's obviously just Anthony Davis, so he's fine. Slow jump shot, but fine nonetheless. The diamonds, Larry Bird sucks. Straight up. I mean, it's not really surprising that he sucks, but I mean, whatever. If you want Larry Bird, he's dirt cheap. You can go pick him up for basically nothing, 7,000 MT at the absolute most. He does suck, though. Tim Duncan's probably the best out of the 3 diamonds, I would say, or the most usable. Still not really that great, though. He's just aggressively okay. I feel like we've gotten so many free power forwards, though. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this card is better than Vin Baker, because he's, absolutely not. You know what I mean? You can get Lauri Markkanen from the token market for 125 tokens, which is a bit more than the, 8,000 MT that Tim Duncan is going for, but he's so much better. You know what I mean? If you have Larry Nance is better. Let's look. Evan Mobley, you could argue, is better. You could argue Serge Ibaka is better. It's a better jump shot for sure. You could argue that. I wouldn't say you're 100% correct, but you could definitely argue that 100%. Thurl Bailey, I think, is better. You know what I mean? DeMar DeRozan, copy-paste of his Pink Diamond that you get from Unlimited. So, I mean, realistically, if you're asking, should I pick up any of these guys? I would say no. I would say there's no reason to pick up any of them. The Magic are a pretty stacked franchise, so it's not like you need Tim Duncan for any Magic-based challenges, realistically. The Pacers, Larry Bird, sure. I mean, he might help you out a little bit. Lakers are stacked, so whatever. Chris Paul sucks. He's a carbon copy of his trophy case card, basically. And he's Chris Paul. If you're a Chris Paul fan, he's relatively cheap, but other than that, whatever. Amari Stoudemire for 35K. Yeah, Yeah, I would say he's worth that. He's like a top tier budget power forward for sure. 100%. He's super good. His release is nice. Big player build, attacks the rim at a high level. He can shoot, obviously. Amari's cracked. Like, he's nice. Is he going to be the most broken card in the game? No, but he's going to be very efficient at what he does. Plus the jump shot, like I said, good. And he plays like sneakily decent defense as well. He's fire, man. He is fire. God, Cleveland would have got Amari Stoudemire, dude. The NBA landscape would be so much different. Like, would they have won a championship? I don't know. Potentially. I think they would have at least made an NBA Finals in a weak East at that point for sure. But, like, either way, that probably stops LeBronathan from going to Miami and getting all roided up. Kevin Love's pretty good. I don't think he's, like, the greatest card in the world, but he's really aggressively okay. But there's just nothing crazy about him. If you used his Evo, you probably actually like him a lot, because anybody who used that Evo Kevin Love, he's very similar to that with just better everything. It's just a way better version of that card. So you might actually like Kevin Love a lot. Like, he might actually be a power forward you would run. He is a little bit more expensive than Stoudemire by like a hair, like a few thousand MT. But I think Stoudemire is overall the best for this game. Then there's Paul George, which there's like none of for some reason. It's tough to say with Paul George because he's basically a carbon copy of the Opal, but the Opal is still usable. So it's like, I don't think he's worth 50K. I will say. Like, I really don't. You know, granted, we didn't really get anyone that would, like, fill those shoes. But I can't say, like, at the small forward, there's no way he's better than Andre Karolinko, in my opinion. I don't think so. AK is just so much better of a defender. So, like, you'd be better off spending 20K less to get AK at that point. And if you're looking for someone that would be able to move, you'd be better off with Lamar Odom, which I'm still mad they changed his jump shot from Seti Osman, because we got Seti, and his jump shot is so fire. Stupid. Anyways, doesn't matter. Paul George, though, I mean, if you want Paul George, cool. He's got a normal time jump shot and pro dribble style. It's not really great. You know, just accept that. Klay Thompson, is he worth this amount of MT? Not sure. He's very similar to Ray Allen. I would say here's the paramount differences between the two, right? Klay is a better defender, and like significantly. He's got better defensive tendencies, better defensive badges, etc. They both kind of have slowish jump shots with big green windows. Ray Allen, I think, is better at attacking the rim. Those are the two differences, and Ray Allen is free, whereas Klay Thompson is a 150 or plus KMT. If you want Klay Thompson, go get him. If not, just leave him alone. I'm sure we'll get a better shooting guard in like 2 weeks, guaranteed. We got a better shooting guard right here, Carmelo Anthony. Melo's got one of those weird jump shots where I feel like majority of people with the latency online are going to have issues consistently greening it unless you're running like late timing, which will end up making things more difficult for the rest of your players that have slower jump shots. But if you're someone who can consistently green Melo's jump shot with the pink diamond, you're going to be good to go with Melo version 2. Melo version 2 is fine. They got it on quick, so it's the exact same jump shot as the pink diamond. He just plays shooting guard and has better badges. That's it. Melo's fire. Also, if you're a Pistons fan, you get to relive the potential glory of having drafted Melo, which is cool. Also, it looks like he's wearing one of those microphones that like boy bands used to run back in the day. You know, they wouldn't sing into the mic. They'd have the little earpiece mic coming out so they can pop lock dance moves. You know, shout out to NSYNC, dude. Or if you're 98 degrees, you know, your bones are kind of creaky, so you just do like little slow moves. You know, I can't dance. Pau Gasol. Shout out to the person that said that I wouldn't have said that he looks like he smells if he wasn't European. First off, I need to clarify a few things here. A player's nationality has nothing to do with if they look like they smell or not. Like, there are plenty of American players that look like they stink. Kelly Olynyk is a good example. Kelly Olynyk looks like he smells musty. He looks like he doesn't put deodorant on. Adam Morrison stinks. Like, that's a universal fact, but he looks like he stinks as well. Those are just two examples. I could probably keep going. Brian Big Country Reeves definitely didn't look like he smelled good. So, you know, looks like he smells like, I don't know, fur, I guess. Like skinned meat. You know, decay. That's what Brian Big Country Reeves looks like he smells like. Or like oil. I don't know. Anyways, Pau Gasol, very good, by the way. He is a great buyout I feel like he's similar to George Mikan in a bit of ways. Like, when I say that, I mean kind of what he's going to bring to your team is very similar to what George Mikan would have brought to your team if you bought him when he was like the first buyout opal. You know, a big body that's going to go get you rebounds and he's going to be able to shoot, right? That's basically what Pau Gasol is doing. Now, Pau Gasol is interesting because he's able to play the center or power forward. Like, I feel like he plays both positions equally well. Like, yeah, he's going to get abused by like a Yao, but he's also like long enough that it doesn't really affect him that much. But he's got badges that kind of float both ways, you know? Corner specialist, you want to run him at power forward, got it on Hoff, dude. Limitless, you want to run him at center, good to go. He's got the anchor, he's got post move lockdown, excellent defensive player. His jump shot has just a beautiful green window. It's just one of the easiest jumpers to green, in my opinion. He's just not dribbling, right? Which I feel like people put too much stock in when it comes to the center and the power forward position. Like, people will sit there and be like, oh, he doesn't have the exact dribble sigs that I need him to have, so I'm not going to use him. Like, bro, how often are you trying to cross people up with your center at this stage of the game? Probably not very often, okay? Or your power forward. Like, they're probably just going to sit in the corner for the most part. It's like when people obsess over getting Tim Thomas all year and that he just plays 3 and D in the corner, you know? Someone like Pau Gasol, he'll make it work too. Look, his defensive tendencies aren't the greatest, but Pau's nice and he might be worth the rental just to try him out. And then we got Magic. Here's the thing with Magic. He's still Magic Johnson at the end of the day, so he's going to trot up the court a little bit. He's going to run a little sluggish for no reason. His jump shot's not the greatest. And if we're getting Ben Simmons, Magic Johnson back-to-back, there is a high probability that we're getting like a point guard Durant or a point guard LeBron in the very, very near future. I would say anyway. I don't really think there's any way to kind of go around that. I think that's probably an inevitability at this point. Like, 2K cannot go this long without giving us a LeBron. There's no way. They'll get the shakes, have a seizure like an alcoholic who can't find whiskey. I would say shout out Weasel, but I found some troubling things out about Daisy of Love's Weasel, which in retrospect are not that they're not that. You may notice a cut there, and it will come to you as a very large surprise that I was almost undone by a Trisket. If I ever pass away, there's a 98% chance that it is because of a Trisket or a woven wheat cracker. Because, man, I can't stop eating them, but they just almost choke me to death on a very near basis, right? That is like the worst way to go out. I swear, that's such a lame way. Anyways, no possible way we don't see a LeBron and a Kevin Durant in the very near future. Like, I would say Kobe's likely to, but I would say Durant, especially with the hype he got from being traded to Phoenix, and LeBron just being LeBron. There's no way we don't see those cards very, very soon. So if you have like LeBron, you have like Durant, it's probably a good idea to get rid of him now. I mean, Durant's going for 50K. That's kind of low, but like, still, he's going to be going for a little bit less when there's another Durant coming out. Same with LeBron. You can still get 100K for LeBron right now, at the bare minimum, like 90. You should probably do that. If you have a badged up version, you can probably still get over 100K. So it's something to kind of think about in your mind, Palace. Now, I want to talk about the bandwidth because we got hit with another bandwidth. I didn't, obviously. Nobody could look at my account and think anything sketchy is going on. I've had the worst pack luck imaginable, and I don't purchase currency, so pretty obvious what's happening here. But a lot of people did get banned, which is kind of, I mean, it's bad, obviously. Like, it's not good. Here's the thing, right? The issue is that MT sellers have now kind of tried to skirt the buyout 100K market by taking outdated opals and outdated PDs and jacking them up in price, right? So they'll take a Dolph Schayes and they'll put Dolph Schayes up, and like current bid 300K right now. He's a base level Dolph Schayes, you know what I mean? So I don't have an issue with this. Like, whatever. I don't care. I have the worst pack luck imaginable. Nothing in this world is going to save me, right? The reason I bring this to your attention, though, is I've seen a lot of concern with people who are like, well, if I'm just going to get banned for badging up a card and selling it, what's the point? So this is only going to affect you if you do something like this. Like, let's say, hypothetically speaking, you have a Dolph Schayes that has, I don't know, 20-something Hoff badges, right? You put them up for a 100K bid, and then you end up getting 200 or 300K for it. Now at that point, before you even put that card up, what you need to do is take a screenshot, take a photo of that card with the additional HOFs. So that way, if you are wrongfully banned in any way, shape, or form, you can hit them with the little Uno reverse card and be like, check this out, as a 25 HOF Dolph. Like, you know what I mean? So just protect yourself in that case. Look, let's be real. They're going to wrongfully ban people. It's gonna happen. Because the switch has been made from like a selling perspective to go for high bids on close to the top cards to try to skirt the bots, which they're gonna end up fine tuning and getting those people anyway. Just because they've made it a crusade this year, it's very obvious. Especially when you see like highest auction of the day, Bob Nedalicki. No, it's not even Nedalicki. It's like Don Ole, I think, was the one for like 2.5 million stock. Yeah, they're gonna start going after those people soon. So protect yourself if you are gonna do it. There is gonna be wrongful bans for sure, and if you believe you're wrongfully banned, here's my recommendation. Also, hit them up on Twitter. Do not hit up their customer service through email or through their website. I promise that through the website, they are the most useless people in the world. But if you hit them up on Twitter, hit up 2K support on Twitter in the DMs, typically they are a lot better. Now, I can't guarantee that they're not going to just tell you that you're banned, because they probably will. But, you know, it's worth a shot if you believe you were wrongfully banned in any way, shape, or form, right? Hit them up first. They'll probably still have you make a ticket, but at least they'll have that on record that you hit them up on Twitter and stuff, and that you're like a real person or whatever. So I don't know, dude. I've had to hit them up twice this year for glitches, and anytime I've ever hit up 2K support, they have not helped me in any way, shape, or form. When I hit them up on Twitter, they do. I don't know if it's because I'm a content creator. I'm not really that big though, so I don't think that has anything to do with it. This was like pre-podcast as well, so I don't know. Now, I've seen a lot of people make MT off of Converse shoes for Magic Johnson, and while that is a possibility, I would say the time for that is a little bit past. Like, this shoe is probably not 100K, let's be real. If you want to put it up for, you know, that price to try to get it, cool, or a little bit lower, but for the most part, I sold a shoe that I had constructed with, like, speed and stuff for, like, 25K off the bid. So that's kind of what you can expect, but that was, like, right after Magic came out. But if people got MT for Magic, they're not really tripping on buying a shoe, realistically, you know? So something to think about. If you got the extra shoes, you got the extra boosts, because boosts are going for really cheap right now as it is, so it's not like they're very expensive in the first place. Might be worth chucking it up there, trying to get a quick 25K or whatever. I have done nothing realistically, but try to mess with prize balls. One way I've guaranteed myself to make a little bit of MT, and it's like annoying, but it does work. First off, don't be like me and don't buy prize balls, because I swear to God, I've been getting hoed on them mercilessly. But I've just been searching for bronze prize balls. Anything under 300K, I'm copping it, 100%. Not even under 300K. I would say under 400K, and I'm copping it. The reason being, majority of the time, yeah, sometimes you'll get hoed on some tokens, which is not cool. But most of the time, you will get like a little badge pack, and if you sell that badge, you're gonna make more MT that you spent. Like every single time. So I'm just kind of stacking up on bronze prize balls. Majority of the time, I end up getting like a bronze badge, which goes for like nothing anyway, probably like 500 MT most of the time, but it's better than nothing. You know, like I got like Bronze Masher, I think, for my last one. Bronze Masher is going for 3,000. So I ended up making a lot more MT than I got. And I think I got Pro Touch from one as well, which isn't very much MT, but you know, you're profiting. So as always, it's been your boy Cheap Lutz. I will see you guys later, man. My throat is killing me. Triscuits, dude, for real.